Hello and welcome back to a continuation of our school-based assessment. And I'm pretty sure that by now you've been able to do the designing part of it. So in this lesson, we will just take a look at how we can apply data validation and use simple formulas to automate the calculation of the various percentages and the grades and the remarks. So kindly open your terminal report workbook, or you can just finish watching this particular episode of terminal report system with Word, Excel, and Outlook. Then later you can go ahead to take some notes to do it after you've taken note of what you've done. Okay, so this is what we did from our previous lesson. So we don't want a situation where a teacher would come and enter 25 by mistake. We want to protect the integrity of whatever is entered in those particular or individual columns. So let's look at it this way. I'll select this entire range. So once it is here, use the shift and the down arrow key to go through to the last. Okay, let me go back. So I'm at 500. Control shift down arrow. Let me put 1 here so that I can easily get to it. So that I use the keyboard shortcut. Okay. So if I'm here, I use Control Shift up, then good. Control up, I'm up here. So I'll use Control Shift down arrow. Then I quickly get to the 500 student. So since it's about data validation, I'm dealing with entry of data. The obvious and the most logical thing is to go to the data view. So if you're a specialist, you know that, okay, I'm going to get this tool at the data tab. Then you go to data tools. Then you come to what? Data validation. So once you click it will tell you validation criteria. Allow any value? No. So you want to allow decimal because at some point in time students can get 0.5, 1.5. So the minimum that can be entered here is 0. The maximum that can be entered here is what? 20. That's what we want. Then we have input message. Show input message when cell is what? Selected. So you can actually apply some input message, but you can do that at your end. I don't really need it. And there's what? An error message. So you can say you are only allowed to enter a maximum of 20 and a minimum of 0. Or you're only allowed to enter values between 0 and what? 20. That's all. Then input message. You can do that. So you try the input message and see what happens. How to do that? Okay, so I'll click on OK. Good. So data validation has been applied. So watch here. I'm going to enter 21. Hit enter. You see, it comes. You're only allowed to enter values between 0 and 20. I should have spaced it. So let me cancel it. Control Shift down. Go to data validation. Error alert. Enter values. So I'll copy this so that I can use it for the next. So I'll select the 10 because they are all the same. Control Shift, use Control Shift, okay, Shift and right arrow first, Control Shift down. Then I'll go to data validation, error alert, should be 0 and what? 10. Okay. Then I'll come to settings, I'll say what? Decimal. Then I'll say 0. Maximum is what? 10. Then I hit on what? Okay. So if I come and I enter 11, you're only allowed to enter values between 0 and 10. Good. Then I hit on cancel. So I'll do the same for these 10, 10, 10. Go to data validation. I'll say decimal 0. Then I'll do a 10 here. I'll go to error alert, control V to paste. So you can even stop, or it can be what information. So let's make it information. Okay, I'll come here and make it information instead. We are just informing them. So I'll say stop. This is an information. And they're supposed to know. Data validation. I'll select what information. That's it. If I come 22, they're only allowed to enter values between 0 and 20. So that is for the teacher's information. If I enter 11, you're only allowed to do that. Good. So I'll just close it. Then I'll do that for project work and homework, data validation. So between 0 and 5. So this is also for their information. I'll go select decimal between 0 and 5. Hit OK, and you are done. So basically, that is how you apply daily data validation to your cells. So let's say this is 5. Okay, let me 6. No, it was not applied to all of them. I should have started from the top. Okay, so data validation 0 and 5 error alerts. Okay, then good. So I'll do a 6. Okay, so it's done. I'll do an 11. Oh, it does not apply to the top. Data validation again. So setting 0 and 10. Okay, so you need to make sure that you do it for all. So when selecting, make sure the first student, which is row 3, is selected to the last student. If not, it won't work. Okay, so that's how you apply data validation. So let's look at how best we can use what simple formula. So if you want to do the total, it's very simple. You say you hit on equal to sign on the keyboard. You do this, you click on the cell name, automatically gives you D3 plus this plus, then obviously this is what F3, like that. Enter. So if I put 5, 6, and 10, automatically the system calculates. Or you can also use auto sum. So you come to home, you can select auto sum here. So auto sum, yeah, then you come and select the first 3 cells on the first row. That is what D3 through to what F3. You hit enter, it's calculated. So we cannot be doing it individually for all the rows. That would be a waste of time. So what you do is once you've done it for one, because you are using a relative cell reference, automatically when I come here, it will change to D4 through to F4. So let's see, I come here, I see D4 through to F4. So you're going to apply the same principle by just double clicking on the with this bottom or the left corner, which changes it into what a cross. So you double click, automatically the formula gets filled down to the last word person. But because we used one here, we need to come here and what apply it here as well. That is it. So that's the word auto sum. So you can even come here, it is equal to, type in manually sum, then you open a bracket, then you have to come and select this entire range. You hold down the left mouse button, then you drag, you close it, you hit enter, then you do a double click, it gets filled. So let's go down there so that we can do it for this side as well. Okay, so that is that. Then we do the same for this. It is equal to sum, then I'll select, hold down and drag, up to P3. Then I'll hit enter. I'll double click, Control Shift down to make sure the formula gets applied to this. Good. So once that is done, we are looking at total class work, which is what 100. So the 100 will be this plus that. So this is equal to this. You click, then you do a plus, or you type G3 plus L3. So once I click, L3 will come, then plus the next one, which is what kilowatt 3. So plus K03, because if I try selecting, you see, because it is eating into this particular cell, you are not allowed to click. So what you can do is you can click here and use the up arrow key to go up, then K03 comes, or you can just type it in there. You hit what, enter, then it is calculated. You do a double click to do the autofill, then Control Shift down, you come, then you do it this way. So as soon as I start entering, let's say this is what 10, 10, I made a mistake, I entered 11, the information will pop up. So that's the essence of data validation. So I'll do another 10, I'll do another 10, let's say 4.3, 4.3, I'll do a 10, you see, data validation, cancel, so I'll do a 3, I'll do a 3 automatically. It gives me my total classwork of what? 100. Then this is what exam score. Exam score, I think we should not have applied colors to it, because that is where the teachers will have to manually enter. So Control Shift down, then I'll come to the font group. I'll say no fail. Then we also need to look at unlocking that particular cell. Okay, it will come shortly. Let's see how best we unlock it. So I'll go to protection, then I'll unlock it. So teachers would have to come in here and type their respective values. Good. Then we are looking at 30%, right? So 30% of classwork. So 30% is what, 0.3 off. So 0.3 times whatever is here. So this you have to type the formula manually. So you hit equal to, or you come to the formula bar. So 0.3 times what, 100, the 100 of total classwork, which is what, R what, 3. So I'll just tap on it, then I'll hit enter. So automatically it gives me what, 22.168. So if I come in, make it all 20, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and I make it 5, 5, 5, 5, automatically you see it gets converted to 30%. So if I reduce it, then you see it starts to reduce. So you don't have to do anything, you just allow the system to work for you. Then I come here, I'll do a double click, automatically the formula gets filled. Control down arrow, because we need to include the last bit of it. Then Control up arrow, we go back. That is it. Then we do that for what, 70% of exam score. So this will be equal to 0.7 times, then you click on the first student's score times that. Then you hit what, on the autofill handle, then you come to the last bit, you make sure that is also done. Good. So if I come and put 100 here, automatically I should get what, 70 exactly. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, then grand total score is 30 plus 70, so this one will be equal to this plus that. You hit enter, it is added. We do an autofill, control down arrow, then I need to include this last bit of it. Then I have to go back, then we look at what, the grade. So the grade needs to be sorted from our grading system and subject. So you want the system to go through this list, pick whatever value it sees, and give it the associated word grade. And this is where we use the word v lookup. So v lookup, we come to formulas tab. I can easily type the formula, but I want you to understand it. So the formula tab, you go to insert function, then you look for v lookup. So if you don't find yours here, you just type v lookup. Then you click on go. Then once you click on go, it pops up here. You double click. Okay, it should open in some few minutes. Okay, what's happening? Where's my v lookup? V lookup. Okay, okay, it's here. And I'll click on what? Okay. So VLOOKUP opens. So let's look at the function argument. So lookup value looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. By default, the tables must be sorted in what ascending order. So hence the reason we did that at the initial stages of our grading system and subject worksheet. So what are we looking for? So we are looking for the score here, right? So you click on it, it gives you the cell reference, which is what S3. You can see from this row number and column heading. So where is our table? So looks is a table of text, numbers, or logical values in which data is retrieved. Table array can be a reference to a range or a range name. So where's our table array? So the table array can be found on grading system and subject. So you need to go and click on it. Then you select your table array. So once you select, it comes as B2 through to what D11. So if you leave it at this, when the system moves to the next student, the table reference will also change to, let's say, B3, D12. And we don't want that to happen. So we need to make this an absolute reference. And you have to select, highlight, and use what FN, F4. You can just put dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign before the letter, after the letter. You just go ahead and do FN, F4, then automatically the system will just put the dollar signs there for you. So we are looking for what? The grade, right? So the grade is on column 2. So 1, 2, right? So there's the first column, there's a what? Second what column. So column index is what? 2. Automatically it gives us our answer as what? A1 for 100. Then I'll click on what? Okay. So once that is done, I just do what? A double click with within the bottom left corner. That is the autofill. Automatically they all get F9. Control Shift down. I come here, then I'll just do the fill again, go up again. So if I come and change this to, let's say, 40, automatically the system changes it. 50, you see, 60, 65, 75, then we go to 80. So that's basically it. So this is 50, this is 60, this is 45, then it changes accordingly. So you need not to be working everything from your head. Then let's look at rank. So with a rank, we need to look at it in terms of what classes. Okay. So each class consists of about 50 students. So we type it is equal to use a rank formula. So you come to insert function. I don't want to type it. Let's search for it so that the function argument will help us. So rank, then you double click. Okay, you click on OK. Then what are you ranking? So I'm ranking this particular number. And I'm making so number is the number for which you want to find a rank. Then reference is what? An array of or a reference to a list of numbers. Non-numerical values are what? Ignored. So we are making reference to the first what? 50, like this. So the first 50 should be here up to what? 52, 50, not 53. about 52. So S50 what? 2. S52 like that. Then I'll click on. So because we don't want this to change for each student, we make the reference absolute. So FN, F4, or F on your keyboard, you hit on what? Okay, good. So if I come and click on it again, you see Excel will give me the range. Okay, so it's up to 52, as simple as that. So you see the beauty of it. Good. I'll hit enter. Then I'll just drag it down to 50. The 50th was student, like that. So now, because there is nothing in there, it is giving us not available, an error message. So what we need to do is to use the if error condition. If error, you open a bracket. So this is the value you are looking for. So if you don't find the value and there is an error, we use an inverted commas, a space, inverted commas, we close, bracket close. Then we do it again. Then I come down here, then select up to this point. Then we don't see those hashtag NA. Okay, so that is for the rank. Then we need to do it for the next class. So this is what row what 50. Okay, and that's do you have a rank? Okay, so the rank should come down here to this. Okay, so that is that. So Control C, then I jump from 53, then I come to what 54. Then I'll paste it. So once I paste it, you see it is picking it from what? The top. So we need to pick it from what? 54. So I come here, instead of 3, I make it what? 54. Then I start from here. So 54 to what? So I need to go down. I need to go down. So 54 to 103. 103. Then I'll hit what? Enter. And automatically to do that for me. So you start from 54, row 54 to row 103. Good. Then you come here, you just fill it down to 103 like that. So this up to 102. So you need to stretch it a bit so that it covers up to 103. Then you come, you do the same for the next class. Control C. You come, this is what 105, right? You paste. So you start from 105, 105, then you continue to 105, you continue to 154, 154. So that's it. You hit enter, then you drag down to 154. So it is exactly on 154. Then Control C. I come to what 156. Control V to paste. So I make this 156. So 156, we are going through to 205. 205. You hit enter. So 156. We go all the way to 205. So this is only 205. Control C. Then I'll just come and do a Control V to paste the formula. So this starts from 207. So I only need to change this to 207. So from 207, then I'll move on to 256. 256. So you have 256 there. So 207 to what? 256. So it is up to, okay, so let me hold and drag again. Now we are at 256 exactly. Control C, Control V. So that is what you do. So this should start from 258. So 258 to where? To 307, which is here. 307. 258 to 307. Okay. 307. Okay. 307 has been captured. We are looking at the row number, not the ID. Okay, 307. Control C, copy, then I'll come and paste. So this is 309. So you go into the formula bar, you change it to 309. 2, if it's plus 50, then obviously it should be about 359. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. 359. Okay, so that's 358. 358. So we have 30 309 358. Okay, so that's what 358. We do a control C to copy, then you do a control V to paste. So we go to 360 through to, then we go down to look at the row number through to 409. So 409, it takes that for us. You hit enter, up arrow key, you go back, then you can see the formula in the formula bar. You won't see it here because we've used the if error condition. Then we scroll down to 409. Then we do a copy, and I'll come and do a paste. So once I do that, what's next? So this is what 411. So there's it 411, and you can check from this. So 411 through to 460. 460. 411 through to 460. I need to go up one step. Okay, so this is 460. Control C to copy. I jump to 462. That is row 462. So I change this to what? 462. Then I'll go down to look at the last bit of it, which is what? 511. 511. 511. And I'll hit what? Enter. Good. Then I'll just drag to the last. Then that solves the rank what formula. So immediately I start typing. Let's say I go to the next class. Then I type 100, automatically it comes 85. So it's only ranking those in this class and exclude those above it. So that's the reason for doing it for each class. If not, if they were all in one class, you just do an autofill for all of them, then the system will just apply it. So that is for the rank formula. So we also need to look at what remarks. So how do we do the remarks? So remarks will definitely come from the total score. So we need to look at using the VLOOKUP. So I go to insert function, I'll come to VLOOKUP, I'll hit on what? Okay. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the value for this particular exam score. What is the table array? It is from our grading system and subject. So we select everything like this. Then what is the column index? So the grade is 1, 2. So that is the second column. Now we are looking for the remarks. So the remarks will be the third column. So third, automatically it comes as what? Excellent. You click on OK because it's what? 80. Then we just need to come down here and do what? An autofill. Now we have this hashtag NA. So you need to come in here, use what? If there is an error, the value we want is this value. If error, inverted commas, you hit the space bar, close the inverted commas, you close the brackets. So you need to be a professional. You need not to be showing this on the teacher's worksheet. So you do a double click, automatically it fills up so that the teacher will know that, oh, okay, so as I enter, the system will automatically do that for me. Good. So if I come to the last person, I type 50, automatically it should calculate. Let's look at the remark. Okay, so you see what's happening here because I did not do this. I did not make this as an absolute value. The formula changes because this is B2 through to D11. If I move to the next, this is B3 through to D12, and which is so wrong. Good. So I come here, we select only this Fn F4 to make it absolute. Now you can do your double click. So automatically you see once there is nothing there, is what? Unclassified or failed. So there's credit here like that. So that's the beauty of it. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. So this pretty much sums up our our school-based assessment. So this is how you enter the formulas and make sure it works. So now there is one more thing left. There is a total here, so I'll need to take this one also off. So I'll come to this particular stretch, use the format painter, okay, and I'll copy the format. Okay, then I'll hit delete to delete whatever is in there. Okay, and I'll go and do the same for the next class. Format painter, so that at least we can have an idea of the various demarcations. Hit enter, delete, it's deleted. I'll go to the next class and do the same so that we can at least professionally have our school-based assessment designed in this particular order. I'll go through to the next. Then I'll just stretch this a bit. Go down again. Hit select format painter. I'll hit delete. I'll move down, format painter, and I'll hit delete. I'll come back again, format painter, hit delete. So I should be done in some few minutes, and that will conclude the chapter for our school-based assessment. Then we look at how best we can make copies of it for all the subjects that we want to work with. I'll hit delete, go down again. So I need to come and delete this value, we don't need it. Okay, then I'll delete this. So that's our nice what school-based assessment. So I'll go down, oh sorry, go down to the last person. Then we don't need the rest of these rows, so you hold it down like this. You click to select the row, Control Shift down arrow to select all the rows. You right click, you say what, hide, and all the rows will be hidden so that we only work using this particular, okay, we don't need all of that. So I'll select the entire column, Control Shift right arrow, you right click, you say hide. Good. So you only work within this particular stretch. Then I'll go to view, I'll say what grid lines should not be shown. So if I go down, you see, so I'm only here. So basically that is it. So our next lesson, we will look at how best we can make copies. So let's save what we've done. So it's being saved now. It's been saved. So how many subjects do we have here? So this is subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, 5, 6, 7, and all of that. So I'll make it subject 1 to up to what 11. So we have 11 subjects, and for each of the subjects, you should have what 9 terms, right? So if you have 9 terms like this one will be equal to 11 times what 9. So we need to create 99 different worksheets, and that is what we'll be doing in our next lesson, creating copies of it. So if you say you're going to do this one by one, that's a whole lot of work for you as a developer or a designer of a terminal report system. So we're looking at 99 of these, and when we finish, we need to look at creating about 9 additional worksheets for the terminal report and cumulative record. And we can look at, let's say, having a broadsheet for each term. That is also what a 9. Then I'll just do 99 plus 9 plus 9. Then that is 117. So as we move on, we keep on increasing it. So if any idea pops up, I'll teach it then to make it better for each and every one of us. So have it at the back of your mind, and we'll be creating about 117 additional worksheets to this already existing what 3 worksheets. So you can think about it and see if you can do it on your own, or you wait for me in our next lesson so that I demonstrate how it's done. So thank you. I will close it. Then in our next lesson, we'll see how best we can do this. God bless.